As we continue here on South Bay Sunday, recently it was Introduce a Girl to Engineering Day. Now, a lot of people may not pay attention to that, but if you live in the Silicon Valley, a lot of your girls need to be introduced to Engineering Day. And here to talk to us from Engineering for Kids, about Engineering for Kids, Mala Utamsing, the Director of Engineering for Kids, San Francisco Bay Area. Thanks for joining us today, Mala.
Thank you for having me.
Are you an engineer, Mala? So men, women, boys, girls, it's hard to ignore technology and engineering in the Silicon Valley, isn't it?
Yes, it's a very interesting concept around, and you can't be disengaged living in the Silicon Valley. Everyone around me is just tech and engineering oriented.
Yeah, you're right, except for perhaps me. They should have had introduce a DJ to Engineering Day. Maybe I'd have learned something.
But this is the best way to introduce kids, right?
Yeah.
Because they're young, and as they get older, they have no concept. Some of them are just afraid of the word engineering. The word engineering just develops a fear in them, saying, hey, what is it?
Well, you want your kid to be popular, and a lot of people have attached something to engineering that just isn't true. For one thing, the successful people from my school years are the ones who embraced math, embraced science, and learned engineering, and certainly here in the Silicon Valley, that's proven true. Tell us about Engineering for Kids, the organization itself. What do you do?
So we're a project-based, hands-on teaching classes for kids. It's after-school enrichment programs. We have summer camps, and of course we do some birthday parties for fun for the kids. So basically, it's project-based hands-on teaching, which is the most effective form of learning. We introduce information about engineering in all different careers, like we have aerospace, civil, mechanical. Kids have no ideas what these different disciplines of engineering are. Even young adults going into college, my son, for example, yes, he wants to do engineering, but gets to be a freshman in college and is confused. Do I want to do computer? Do I want to do chemical? So what we do is at a young age, we introduce them to different disciplines. And because it's hands-on and it's fun-based, they develop a natural tendency to whatever they like. For example, a kid who's taken aerospace, you can clearly see the passion in that. Whereas if he takes civil, maybe not. Then he takes mechanical and he loves it. So they kind of already filter through some of these disciplines as to what they enjoy and what they don't.
As a child, I would say you're probably, drawn to something that seems exciting. I want to be an astronaut. I want to be an airline pilot, that sort of thing. And then you learn what's fundamental to that.
Yes.
And that's where you come in.
Right. And because it's all they learn by doing. For example, even with in aerospace, if they're building straw rockets, they learn some theories like what is the force that takes these rockets forward? It's thrust. I mean, a little kindergartner can tell you, hey, I know why this goes forward. It's thrust. While they launch their rockets, they see that. Whereas opposite, they see if they're building a parachute, it's drag. It's another force that's slowing it down. They can completely see the opposite forces in play, and it excites them. It gets them thinking. That's
what they're doing, huh? Well, that's how that works.
Yes, and it suddenly lights a... you can see the excitement in their faces. It's, it's like a light bulb. Ooh, I get it.
That sounds like a lot of fun, and that sounds like the fun part of your job. Where does that manifest itself? Do you hold classes? Do you visit classes?
We actually currently have after-school enrichment programs in several public and private schools here in Fremont, Milpitas, and San Jose. We are having 2 summer camps right here in Fremont, and hope to expand into Contra Costa and Alameda and Santa Clara counties pretty soon.
That's great. Now outline the summer camps for us.
Summer camps, usually we have all-day camps starting from 9 to 4, which is curriculum-based. So in the morning we would do probably aerospace, and in the afternoon we would do electronic game design, where the kids actually build their own video games on CD-ROMs.
No kidding.
And then next week we could probably do Lego robotics, where the kids learn to program robots, which they build, they attach to computers, and they learn to make these things move. So get the basics of what is robotics and how to get things, the cause and effect. In the afternoon, we might do mechanical engineering, and we try and theme our programs like Heroes Week, where they learn, where it ties in all the different disciplines and make it fun for the kids. We have a survival week where they learn about different forms of survival. And again, we tie in all the different forms of the disciplines of engineering to make it fun for the kids. That's how our summer camps would work.
And when are they?
Starting the middle of June, going right up to the first week in August. So we have about 6 weeks of summer camps in Fremont.
And what are the ages that you teach?
So we have 2 age groups, what we call the juniors and apprentice. The juniors are from kindergarten through 2nd grade, and apprentice is 3rd grade through 6th grade. And we do have a program for the middle school, which is 7th and 8th grade, 6th, 7th, and 8th. But we haven't rolled that program out just as yet. We hope to have that in the future soon, where they have more in-depth knowledge and hands-on experience with what they've done in the elementary school level.
You're listening to South Bay Sunday. I'm Sam Van Zandt. We're talking to Mala Utamsing, the director of Engineering for Kids in the San Francisco Bay Area, and we're talking about summer camps and other programs for kids. Recently, it was Introduce a Girl to Engineering Day. How did that play out for you?
We didn't actually participate in that directly, but what I did do was we participated in what is called the American Association of University Women. And we introduced engineering to young girls, 3rd grade through 6th grade, as to what engineering for girls would be. And that was very interesting for us. We went and we did demonstrations. We had girls who had no idea that engineering could even be so much fun. They're all thinking in terms of going to university, but hadn't thought about engineering as a career. So that's how we participated in that concept.
Yeah, it's interesting. You never know how deep a person may go. I was interviewing an African-American woman recently about Black History Month and the history of African-American women and found out she was a NASA space engineer.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's a person with a broad background. So
absolutely.
It can apply to almost anyone. You might be interested in, say, music, but engineering will play a role. And we've been celebrating music and youth all month here on the radio stations. And the fact that music is math, music is rhythm, music is so many different things that also apply to engineering. Do you use music in your teaching?
We haven't used that as yet, but that's a fantastic idea. I would love to do that. I'm going to introduce that to our director, Dory Roberts, and maybe she could be able to put that into the curriculum. Right now, our curriculum is STEM-based, science, technology, engineering, and math, but music would be great to add to it to make it more fun and exciting for the kids.
Yeah, music and math kind of go together.
Absolutely.
The age groups are interesting to me. You mentioned kindergarten through, actually, it's a K through 12, I guess, or I guess K through 10, ages 4 to 14, with the STEM program. And the way you teach, say, a 5-year-old is very different than the way you teach a 10-year-old. So how does that apply?
It's all project-based. So the kids learn by doing. The kindergartners or the young kid, the younger ones, absorb at that level, and the older kids absorb deeper. They get a deeper understanding of the subject matter. It's all project-based. So the teaching method, the methodology is the same. The absorption, of course, the information given to them is, again, at a different level, but the absorption level is also different.
I mentioned that because I have a grandson who loved his Legos 4, 5, 6 years ago. If you wanted to get him a gift, you got him a Lego. And he's now in his teens, and he's graduated to other more sophisticated things. But Legos seems like a good place to start with kids. Kids
are natural engineers. The first toys that they play with are building blocks. That's, you give them blocks and they happily put it together. Legos is something that has festered that. It goes on from there, and then as they get older, they learn the Lego robotics. They learn to build robots with the Lego and then program that. So you see, it goes step by step.
What's the most fun part of your job?
The most fun part of my job is when I see that wow factor in the kids' faces. I got it. Hey, Miss Mala, I get it. That to me is life itself.
That's got to be great.
And I see that in every class. Every class I see that. And that's what lights my fire.
Okay, that's wonderful. And you're lighting your fire every day, every week, and you've got evening classes, after school classes. How do parents get involved with engineering for kids, maybe get their kids involved?
So we're currently in about 9 or 10 schools, and we're growing. We hope to have centers by next year in Alameda, Contra Costa, and Santa Clara counties.
Uh-huh.
So currently we're going to different schools and have them on the school sites. So if anybody has an interest, if you think your school would benefit from this program, please give me a call or shoot me an email, and we'd love to bring it to your school site.
So summertime comes, you've got the summer camp happening. Who will be attending this summer camp?
Anybody. It's free. It's open to all. There is a fee-based. If you can log on to our website and register for summer camps and classes, that would be great. The classes currently are offered for on-campus school kids where we offer it, but the summer camp is open to anybody who would like to register.
So, a lot of parents think, my kid is a kid. He shouldn't be thinking about engineering or his career later on. He's just a 6-year-old. He's just an 8-year-old. Tell me why I should care about my kid becoming an engineer. Tell me why my kid should be part of Engineering for Kids.
Engineering for Kids develops natural skills needed for long-term success. Critical thinking, problem solving, communication, collaboration, and teamwork. All of that is encompassed during our program. Engineering is one of the most popular careers today. Engineers do financially better than most other careers, a lot of careers. And we teach it in a fun, exciting way. We light that fire in the kids. We see the passion. Engineering is natural. Building comes naturally to kids. The minute they build, they learn. They appreciate it. They move on with that. And I think that's the best way to put it.
So engineering is playing, but it's smart playing.
It's smart playing. It's learning by doing. It's learning by doing. And as they go through the engineering design process, they break the fear of failure. It builds confidence. It doesn't matter if the project doesn't work. You know what? We're going to rebuild it. And you can rebuild it in any which way you want. You will find a solution that works. And if it doesn't, you've learned why not. And you'll be better the next time.
Either way, you're a winner.
It's a win-win situation, yes.
Well, you say you're expanding and you're going to be part of some schools in the South Bay in the coming year. If I'm a parent and I want to help Engineering for Kids expand, should I call my school?
Absolutely. Please call your school. Let them know. We would be happy to bring the program to your school. In fact, that's one of the ways we're already about 9 or 10 schools with 15 or 16 programs. 50% of them have been parent-led. I'm also expanding into homeschooling. Parents have seen us at different events and have contacted their homeschool bases, and we're taking the program even to homeschoolers. So it's wonderful in all directions.
Engineering for Kids, you can find them where?
Engineeringforkids.net. That's the best place to reach us.
Engineeringforkids.net. Check it out. Mala Utamsing, thank you very much for talking to us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
We'll talk to you again next year when we have Introduce a Girl to Engineering Day.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.